afternoon. Battle of Ontario, reaching the midway point of the CFL season. Cats have a 22-11 lead here, fourth quarter. Siobhan Walker gets the touch. 63rd Labor Day game ever played here. And early in the ball game, Siobhan Walker had some issues with traction.
Yeah, he sure did, but those seem to have been resolved. Siobhan Walker's really gotten rolling in this ball game. At this point, 13 carries for 112 yards for the Ticats rookie. His first time over the century mark since week 1, but he has absolutely been a difference maker in this ball game in terms of keeping the Argo defense off balance.
Henry Burris in trouble, loose ball. Argo's trying to scoop it up, and the Cats able to get it back. That could have been a huge turning point as Henry Burris falls back on his backside.
And the Argos had a great scheme on here, bringing everything to those A gaps. Ejiro Kowali ends up as the free man. The Ticats dodge a huge bullet here.
So Josh Bartel, who owns a very powerful leg, will boot into the wind. Chad Owens back at his 50. This should be great field position should Bartel kick it.
With an 11-point lead, it's a time when you can certainly consider taking the safety.
Well, you got to think
time left in the ball game as well.
You got to think that Owens could get at least 10, and there it is again. More hostilities between the two sides. A lot of chirping going on down there.
And the Ticats are having a personnel issue.
Legal procedure. Hamilton number 35. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
And Kevin Iben jumped offside. This is a great veteran move. Iben jumps offside on purpose to get the whistle because the Ticats are a man short, which obviously would be a huge issue in protection. This territory, the penalty is minimal. That's just a good heads-up move by the veteran Iben.
You got to think give up 2, and they do. So the lead now 22-13. The Cats give up a safety and 2 points. Lead is 9. Owens. And still the Argos will get very good field position to start here. The issue for the Argonauts, though, they just haven't been able to have any sustained drives. Early on, the only one, the touchdown catch by Chad Owens.
The Argos got that touchdown on a throw downfield. They haven't had a lot of success deep since that point in the game. It's been a lot of underneath stuff.
Credit has to go to this improved Hamilton defense. Their front 7 has come frothing today. They have been in the backfield a lot, including number 28, of course, Jamal Johnson. 4-man rush. There's Kenyon Rambo again, and he has the first down.
Well, they've had Rambo isolated a little bit on that short side against the newcomer Nick Graham.
There is Jermaine Copeland. Used to see a lot of number 80 and 85 together. Calgary Stampeders, and Cope last few seasons with Toronto, retired of course, and now is one of the assistant coaches with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Ray, far side, oh, nice grab. Dontrell Inman, who has one of those a game, it seems.
Dontrell Inman, certainly a guy who has a knack for the tough catch. Lines up as the wide man here, and D. Webb, the halfback, recognizes that this pass is going outside, tries to jump in front. Just unable to get his fingertips on that one.
Inman, terrific range and reach. Another critical second down here. Play action, far sideline again. First down, and a little more for Spencer Watt. Well, the Argos Slicing and dicing now, 13-yard gain.
We mentioned Dontrell Inman and that knack he has for the tough catch. He was terrific last week. 8 catches, 117 yards in that game against Edmonton. That's his second 100-yard game of the season. Chad Owens has his second 100-yard game of the season here today. First time since 2008 the Argos have had 2 receivers do that twice in a year.
High percentage, Ricky Ray. Again, more pitch and catch here. It's time with Chad Owens. Using a lot of his receivers. Again, no Andre Dury here. Injured in the first half. So without Dury and still trying to drive this ball to the end zone. Closest the Argos have been to this end zone in quite some time. Argos last in the CFL in red zone proficiency. This will help though. To the end zone and out at the 1-yard line is Mike Bradwell. And that will be 1st and goal for the Argos from the 1. So they'll bring the big team in here.
Good read here from Ricky Ray as the Sam linebacker Brock Campbell blitzes late. That leaves some open field out to the wide side. Ray immediately takes his eyes there and finds Bradwell in the flat.
Personnel changes on both sides. Cats bring some linemen in late. Jarius Jackson now comes in. Chad Cackard and Edgewolf Kowali in the backfield. Kowali to supply some blocking help, perhaps. Cackard on the trampoline goes in. Touchdown.
Well, culmination of a great drive from the Toronto Argonauts. Chad Cackard going airborne.
Cackard's second touchdown. And a good drive, one of the most impressive for the Argos, and we've got a game here on Labor Day 2012 now. Argos battle back. Point after will make it a 2-point game. Chad Cackard up, over, and in. Flying in for the touchdown. And game on here at Iberwin. Hamilton Tiger Cats nursing a 2-point lead. There's Brandon Rutley. There's 20. It's a good block. Slips a tackle, spinning. Down to the 35-yard line.
Well, Ricky Ray did really what we were calling for on the last drive and started spreading it around, getting some people other than Chad Owens involved. Kenyon Rambo, Dontrell Inman, Spencer Watt, Mike Bradwell, the guys making catches along the way. And finally, Chad Cackard punches it in from in close.
We've seen that from Ricky Ray on Labor Days before. Very similar, using everybody only in green and gold for so many years. His first Labor Day game in Argo Blue. Trying to get a win. And the Cats won round 1 provincial series, week 3. Siobhan Walker, minimal gain, maybe a half yard at best. So Henry Burris needs to ignite his offense now.
And the Ticats can't go into conservative mode here. Way too much time left in this football game. You see the linebacker Marcus Ball. Great first-year find for the Argos, slicing down from the backside to make that tackle.
For the most part, Tiger Cats, since they took the lead, have really had control of this game. Sense a momentum swing here now. Brandon Isaac on the blitz. Oh, what a catch there. And an interception for a touchdown. Ahmad Carroll. Pick 6.
And it's a matchup we've watched throughout the game. Ahmad Carroll assigned to cover Chris Williams Williams is going to come on a crossing route left to right on your screen. Burris is throwing this, trying to time it up because Brandon Isaac's in his face. Just a great athletic play by Ahmad Carroll to get in front of the receiver and take it away.
Serious momentum swing now. And Ticats fans are restless. First interception return for a touchdown this season. Ahmad Carroll takes it to the house. Henry Burris' second pick of the day. His ratio, touchdowns to interceptions, has been very good this season, but this one very costly.
Well, Ahmad Carroll, this is the assignment he has drawn all day long, a tough one, matching up against Chris Williams. And ideally what the Ticats are hoping for on that play is, you saw the rub coming from Andy Fantuz. They want Carroll to have to bubble over top of that, to go deeper, and that's what creates the separation on the route. Carroll cuts underneath it and benefited this time because Burris had to throw it in a hurry with Brandon Isaac there. Carroll able to recover.
Henry Burris can only watch. Carroll, a former track star at Arkansas, former first-round pick of the Green Bay Packers. And his second interception, first for a touchdown.
And again, what the Tiger Cats want is these two guys come across the field is for Williams to come on this path. As the pick comes, they want Carroll to bubble over top of the pick from Andy Fantuz. Instead, Carroll comes underneath it and stays tight with Chris Williams. They don't rub him off. They don't force him to go high. Cuts underneath it. And as that throw comes, Carroll's right there in position to make a play. Now, given more time, Henry Burris could adjust to that. Chris Williams could tail deeper on the route, and Burris could have just thrown it over Carroll because of the pressure. He's unable to do that.
Ball coming off the tee. Rutley and Jaguar are back again. Great catch by Ahmad Carroll for the pick. And this game has seriously swung. 5-point Argo lead from 11 points down. Rutley takes a lane, batters his way up past the 30-yard line. So still loads of time here. Henry Burris trying to right that wrong. There's Burris's numbers, just 9 of 21. 1 touchdown and the 2 interceptions.
Well, that's ironic. You would think that there would be a certain familiarity with Chris Jones' defense, having seen it in Calgary in practice every day for the last several years. The fact is, you look at the 2 games Henry Burris has played against the Argos versus the 7 games he's played against the rest of the league, his statistics are night and day. Under 50% completion rate in both games against Toronto.
I'll try to erase that pick. Sends out 6. Good protection. Loads of time. And looking for Andy Fantuz, but thrown into tight coverage. Patrick Watkins almost had his second pick of the day.
Well, the Argos this time they don't send a lot of heat on Henry Burris. They're not blitzing anybody on this one. Offensive line does a good job, but it also means that with that many guys in coverage, the windows to throw the ball are tight. Patrick Watkins there to defend on that play. No separation for the receivers.
Second and 10. Still with 6.5 minutes to go here at Iverwin Stadium. There's the blitz again, and Burris is in trouble, and down he goes. Marcus Ball, and the Bluebirds come out now in Hamilton.
All the momentum is turned here in the 4th quarter against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. They'll open up that playbook a little bit.
Bartel again. Line drive kick. And handle there, no yards. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and great field position once again for the Argonauts. Momentum seriously on their side.
No yard.
Well,
Hamilton number 30, 15-yard penalty.
We know what this rivalry, this tussle is all about, and especially for a guy who recently changed sides in the rivalry.
You know what? Fans are actually cheering for me when I run out, right? I'm not getting spit on, I'm not getting beer thrown on me, so it's kind of nice, and I don't have to pay for parking. Coming from Toronto, we always had to pay, and I was like, how the hell am I playing and I'm paying for parking? It was 20 bucks. I kept the receipt. I was trying to get that refunded.
Never a kind reception for the Argos on Labor Day.
Ricky Ray in a groove right now. Finds Gradwell inside the red zone again. And it seems ever since the Ticats gave up that safety, this game has completely turned. The Argos drive after that, the pick, and now they might be able to seal this game on this drive.
Yeah, well, the Argos have become less predictable offensively since that time.
Penalty flag was just thrown.
Illegal substitution. Toronto had 13 men in their formation. 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
So miscommunication there. It'll be first down, 10 back. That last punt, though, just traveled 21 yards, and plus the no yards call. It's a net of 6 on that.
Yeah, heads-up play by Matt Black, veteran special teamer for the Argos, to grab that one.
Not going to be easy for the Cats here. Like we talked about, that wind as well going into it obviously affected that kick. Ray, play action. Here's the rush. And underthrows the intended target. Chad Owens in the area. So was Spencer Watt. It'll be second down here.
A 5-point game at this point. Critical defensive stop for the Hamilton Tiger Cats to keep this at a one-possession ball game as we get down near the 5-minute mark, Rod.
Well, one of the biggest plays right here in this game. Hold the Argos to a field goal attempt. Second down, 20 yards. And the flag flies.
Time count violation. Toronto number 15. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Play clock had ticked down, the 20-second clock. So second and extra long now.
And should the Tiger Cats be able to get a stop here defensively, any extra yardage they can push Toronto back before a field goal attempt, huge, knowing that Swayze Waters has struggled a little bit in this ball game.
To the initial line of scrimmage. Chad Owens, very busy day. Again, a couple of glitches, a couple of fumbles. Also had a touchdown earlier, a number of catches. He's been the busiest of the Argo receivers, so Swayze Waters will come out, and you mentioned it, and this is a very difficult place to kick. Ask a lot of kickers who've come through here, Sandro DeAngelis being one of them, and Paulus Baldiston, and now works with Hamilton Tiger Cat kickers, was the master of the wins here at Ivor Wynne.
Yeah, people who have had to kick and throw footballs in this stadium, that's the kind of thing that they're going to remember in terms of what's unique about Ivor Wynne.
This one from the 26 for Waters. Kick is up, and it's good. So now it's an 8-point game.
As a bartender, I know my vodkas. And my choice when I sit on the other side of the bar is Kettle One. Inspired by over 300 years of tradition. Kettle One Vodka, the one to know.
From Gizmo's 1987 112-yard return.